Welcome everyone to Blaugrana Planet, welcome back to a new video, and today we are gonna be going over the agreement between Spotify and Football Club Barcelona, because the agreement is pretty much finalized, concluded. Also going through the news and the details of why Ferran Reverter, the CEO of Football Club Barcelona, has decided to leave the club only after 6-7 months in charge. And also we're gonna be examining the two new Brazilian pearls that Football Club Barcelona has locked up from Santos. So without further ado, guys, let me present OneFootball to you guys. OneFootball is one of the best football apps in the world. You guys are gonna be impressed. I've been impressed. You can download it using the link in the description or scanning the QR code, and you're gonna get a bunch of lineups, stats, facts, and everything that you need to know about the world of football after, of course, checking out Blaugrana Planet. And by the way, maybe news coming from Blaugrana Planet to OneFootball, so make sure you go download it right now. All right, my people, so having said this and having thanks to OneFootball for supporting independent content creators, let's get into today's thing, into today's source, because Spotify is gonna be the new sponsor of Football Club Barcelona, and it goes beyond the sponsorship of the shirt, and you guys probably know it, but the Camp Nou will also gonna be called under Spotify. We still have to know the exact name, but they are gonna be getting the name rights of the stadium. Also, the women's team will get Spotify on their shirt. Therefore, the women's and the men's team is gonna have basically the same sponsor, and Spotify is gonna give us a load of cash. By the way, I have news, breaking news for you, and the agreement is gonna be closed in 75 million euros per season instead of the 90 million euros which was rumored and indicated in the latest reports. It's not gonna be 90, it's gonna be 75. And there is a reason why. Basically because the naming rights of the stadium are diminished until there is the new stadium completed. And we know that the new stadium completed is going to be by 2026, 2027. Therefore, Spotify is only signing for 3 years with Football Club Barcelona, and we are still yet to see if they're going to be extending their contract by then. But basically, these 75 million euros per season are divided by the following. First of all, 60 million euros for the main shirt of the first team, the male team. Then 5 million euro for the women's team, which is a pretty good deal because Stanley, the actual sponsor of the women's football team, isn't too good. It's approximately around 2 to 3 million euros, so we got a good increase in that. Then 5 other million for the training kit, and basically it's the back of the training kit of the males team that Spotify is going to be on. And also the last is 5 million euros for the naming rights. And you might say, what, 5 million euros for the naming right? That is pretty much nothing. Well, let me tell you what, there's actually going to be works in the stadium, and possibly one of these years we're not going to be even playing in the stadium. Therefore, it wouldn't make sense to Spotify to pay incredible amounts of money for a stadium that's going to be in works in the next few years. Therefore, they're only going to be paying a part, according to the latest news that I've got, is 5 million euros for the naming rights, 60 for the shirt, 5 for the women's shirt, 5 for the training kit, and 5 for the naming rights. Altogether makes it 75 million euros. This is the breaking news, not 90, but there is a little detail that I'll say. Obviously, if the stadium is concluded and Spotify is still there, possibly the agreement could increase from 5 to 20 to 25. Maybe, therefore, those 90 million euros actually make sense, but obviously it will come in the future and not now. So the deal is actually in the final stages, if not closed by now. In fact, I think that Ferran Reverter, who's actually resigning today, by the way, we'll cover the news, and Laporta are pretty much concluding the deal. And what we see on screen right now is the board of directors of Spotify, a part of the board of directors of Spotify in Camp Nou, and basically they were visiting, and they were there invited for the game of Atletico de Madrid. Therefore, if the Spotify board of directors are invited to Camp Nou, it makes me think that the deal is pretty much sealed. Going on to the next topic of today, guys. Ferran Reverter, the CEO of Joan Laporta, has decided to resign after only 6 to 7, maybe even 8 months in charge. I think it's a blow. It's a blow for Barcelona. It's a blow for Laporta, because Ferran Reverter, the CEO, was possibly one of the most important men in Joan Laporta's board, in Joan Laporta's mandate, and is a person that he chose personally and has decided to leave apparently for personal reasons. Ferran Reverter was a former CEO of MediaMarkt and is a former CEO of other enterprises. He has big prestige. He's a very smart guy. In fact, he was involved in the strategic transformation plan for the Laporta mandate, so from 2021 to 2026. And in fact, he did some very important things and took some very important decisions meanwhile he was here in Barcelona. For example, he restructured the debt, the club's debt, which was a complete mess. He restructured it, and he also got good agreements, good loans from JP Morgan, etc., etc. This money that was available for us to get players such as Ferran Torres, to be able to dream about Haaland. The restructure of the debt was also about that. In terms of other things that he did in this strategic plan, the reduction of the wage bill, obviously working with Jordi Cruyff, with Mateu Alemany, with Laporta himself. Ferran Reverter was a key person. Agreement with sponsors and the financing of Espai Barça. All of this is some of the most important things that Ferran Reverter has been doing during his stay in Barcelona. There are rumors, guys, loads of rumors indicating and pointing towards maybe not a good relationship between Reverter and Laporta and other reasons. We don't know the official yet. It's all speculations, guys. Relax. It's all speculation. There's so many news. I've seen that I've read that Reverter is not agreeing with Laporta for the Spotify deal, which in fact is, to me, it's a complete lie, because Reverter, I know from first hand that he is into the Spotify deal. He really likes the deal. Maybe he doesn't agree in a few details, but he's for the Spotify deal. I've seen other rumors indicating that there's not a good relationship between Laporta and Reverter. It could be, but at the end of the day, it was Laporta choosing Reverter, so it wouldn't make too much sense. But I think that at the end of the day, what happened here is that Ferran Reverter is a very firm person, is a very, I would say, like somebody that's business focused, and Joan Laporta is looking for passion, is looking for taking risks, is looking for flexibility, and these basically don't match together. Maybe, and most possibly, and according to my opinion, this would be the reason, okay? That basically Laporta is looking for flexible, passionate, and taking risks, and Reverter is looking for a more business-oriented way of operating. This could be the reason of the departure of Reverter. As I said, to me is a blow. But Reverter will stay until there is a substitute. And I think that if we look for a good substitute, then we can find somebody that is good and that can replace Reverter. Difficult to replace, but not impossible. Okay, guys? Jumping into other news related to the club, guys. There is news in terms of the renewals. Guys, Araujo close to renewing with Football Club Barcelona. There are works, there are negotiations right now. We know there are other clubs interested, Manchester City, Manchester United, loads of rumors. But the club and the player are looking for this agreement, and the player wants to stay here. They're looking for an extension until 2027. Both parties are going to make a sacrifice, the club and the player. That looks good. In terms of Gavi, guys, it is well on track. Things are going towards an agreement. Gavi is key for the club. Gavi wants to stay in the club, and the club obviously wants to give Gavi an incredible contract, taking into account he's 17 years old. Okay, they're looking for an extension until 2027 and giving Gavi a release clause of 1 billion euros, something similar to what Araujo would be getting. And the last but not the least, and possibly the most controversial, is the fact that Sergi Roberto could be renewing with Football Club Barcelona very soon. We knew and we know that the negotiations have been stalled. They have been they have been delayed basically because of the transfer market. The club was focusing on the transfer market, but Xavi has given the green light for the renovation. Xavi believes that Sergi Roberto is going to be a good right back that can also come into the midfield, something that we saw against Atletico the other day, where Dani Alves, right back, was coming into the midfield in order to start the game. Xavi believes that Sergi Roberto can also do that, and hence the green light for the renewal. It looks that Sergi Roberto would be dramatically reducing his salary, so it's not that dramatic, guys. It's not that dramatic. So anyways, jumping into the last topic, guys, two Brazilian pearls that Football Club Barcelona has been able to lock up. One of them, Angelo, and the other one, Kaique. Angelo is the one on the left, Kaique the one on the right, celebrating the goal. 17 and 18 years old, guys. Angelo, the one on the left, is a winger, pure winger, and he has right now the number 11 of Santos, the Brazilian team Santos, from which Neymar actually came. And to be honest, I've seen videos, and in fact I'm going to show you a video right now. These men are talented. These men are very talented. And how did Barcelona lock up these two players? Basically, there was a deal between Football Club Barcelona and Santos Club de Football for Gabigol. I don't know if you guys know Gabigol, but Barcelona had the right of first refusal for Gabigol, and Santos apparently decided to waive it and not give it importance, and they sold Gabigol to Inter de Milan without the permission of Football Club Barcelona. Obviously, there was a court case, FIFA got involved, and finally FIFA gave the reason to Football Club Barcelona and gave a penalization to Santos of 3 million euros that they had to compensate to Football Club Barcelona. What happened is that Barcelona said, look, listen, instead of giving me 3 million euros, give me the right, the permission, and lock up the price of these two players. Basically, these two players are locked up at 35 million euros. It doesn't mean that we're purchasing them, okay, but we would have the preference and the price would be fixed at 35 million euros if we want to get any of those two players. Believe me. In fact, I'm not going to show you the video because I don't want to get deals with copyright, but you guys can check some videos later on. These two guys are very, very talented, guys. So having said this, guys, a lot happened today in Football Club Barcelona. The Spotify deal, I think that is a great deal. I think that Barcelona are making a great move over here, despite the 75 million euro per season and not the 90 million euro per season. We are still increasing our revenues and still gonna be affecting the wage bill. Therefore, good signs for other corporations. Maybe Haaland, who knows? We will see. Also, Ferran Reverter, in conclusion, I think it's a blow. I think it's a blow, and we are yet to know the exact reasons because things will be unveiled. Believe me, I think the reasons will be unveiled, and right now it's too premature to know exactly what is going on and what happened. And in terms of the future, I think the future is bright. The future is young. We have young players, guys, a very talented squad, and guys, we've seen it. We've seen it against Atletico Madrid, which, by the way, I have a vlog that you will be able to see right now on the end screen. So guys, make sure to smash the like, subscribe to the channel, guys, and hit that notifications bell if you don't want to miss any video that I upload. And now, and as I always say, Visca el Barça, Visca Catalunya, and see you in the next video.